US, Japan announce first tranche of $550 billion investments. Iran foreign minister says progress made in nuclear talks with US in Geneva. Drone attack on Sudan market kills 28. US envoys juggle two crisis talks, raising questions about prospects for success. Why is the Strait of Hormuz off Iran so crucial? The United States has announced the first set of Japanese investments under a $550 billion commitment made by Japan as part of a trade deal with President Donald Trump. The initial tranche totals $36 billion and covers three major infrastructure projects in the United States. The announcement comes as Japan faces pressure to deliver on pledges made in 2025 in exchange for reduced US trade tariffs. President Trump said Japan was now officially and financially moving ahead with its investment commitment, linking the deal to the use of tariffs as leverage. The move comes ahead of a planned visit by Japanese Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi to the White House next month, following Trump's visit to Japan in October. Takaichi said the projects would strengthen the Japan-US alliance by building resilient supply chains in key areas such as critical minerals, energy, and artificial intelligence infrastructure. She said the investments aim to promote mutual economic benefit, boost security, and support long-term growth. Iran and the United States have reached an understanding on key guiding principles in talks aimed at resolving their long-running nuclear dispute, Iran's foreign minister said, stressing that a final deal is not yet imminent. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi said discussions in Geneva had narrowed differences and established a general framework for further negotiations. Different ideas were seriously discussed, and we reached a general agreement on some guiding principles, Araghchi told Iranian media after the talks concluded. A US official confirmed progress but said significant work remains. The official said Iran is expected to present more detailed proposals within the next 2 weeks. Talks continue under mediation. The indirect negotiations were mediated by Oman and involved US Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner alongside Araghchi. Oman's foreign minister said both sides had agreed on clear next steps, but added that substantial work remains. A drone strike on a busy market in central Sudan has killed at least 28 people, according to a local rights group, as fighting intensifies between the army and paramilitary forces. The attack took place on Sunday at Al-Safia Market, near the town of Sadari, in North Kordofan, an area currently controlled by the Rapid Support Forces. Emergency Lawyers, a group documenting abuses in the war, said several drones struck the market while it was crowded with civilians, including women, children, and the elderly. The death toll is considered preliminary. The group did not say who was responsible for the strike. Sadari lies about 230 kilometers northwest of El Obeid, the state capital, which the RSF has been attempting to surround for months. The wider Kordofan region has become one of the most violent frontlines in Sudan's nearly 3-year-old conflict, with both sides increasingly using drones to fight for control of a key east-west corridor linking Darfur to the capital, Khartoum. Recent strikes across the region have repeatedly hit civilian areas. Last week, 2 children were killed, and several others wounded in a drone attack on a school, while another strike badly damaged a United Nations warehouse holding famine relief supplies. US President Donald Trump has drawn criticism from foreign policy experts after assigning his top envoys to handle 2 major international crises on the same day in Geneva, Iran's nuclear dispute and Russia's war in Ukraine. Trump's special envoy Steve Witkoff and his son-in-law Jared Kushner led both sets of talks on Tuesday, raising concerns that the US team may be overstretched and ill-equipped to manage such complex negotiations simultaneously. Analysts say the unusual diplomatic approach reflects Trump's desire to rack up high-profile deals quickly as he seeks international achievements he can highlight, including in pursuit of a Nobel Peace Prize. The Geneva talks on Iran were held under tight security and mediated by Oman. After more than 3 hours of indirect discussions with Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi, both sides said progress had been made, but stressed that no agreement was close. Despite ongoing diplomacy, the United States continues a major military buildup near Iran, keeping the option of force on the table, a move that has heightened fears of wider conflict in the Middle East. Shortly after the Iran talks ended, the U.S. delegation shifted venues to begin negotiations between Russia and Ukraine, aimed at ending Europe's largest war since World War II. Expectations for a breakthrough were low. Iran announced on Tuesday that it is partially closing the Strait of Hormuz, citing, quote, security precautions linked to military drills by the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. Iranian state media said the restrictions would last several hours, though officials have not given a firm timeline. The announcement came the same day Iran and the United States resumed nuclear talks in Geneva, adding to regional tension. Iran has repeatedly warned it could disrupt traffic through the strait in response to pressure over its nuclear program or military actions against it, and this move is widely seen as a signal rather than a full blockade.